It took me over 10 years to get 20,000 subscribers on my last YouTube channel. 10 years, like, that's not even a flex. That is a massive warning, if anything. I did almost everything wrong that I could have done wrong. I made content that I thought was cool, I edited for hours and hours, and I posted whenever I felt like it, and just kind of hoped that people would find me and click on my videos and subscribe. Spoiler alert, they clearly didn't. So now I'm going to be trying something different, and I'm starting over, basically from 0 subscribers, and I'm giving myself a challenge to get to 10,000 subscribers faster than I've ever grown before. And this time, it's not by guessing, it's not by hoping, it's by actually studying what works and basically reverse engineering it. This video is the playbook. Everything that I've learned about why videos go viral, broken down step by step, no fluff, just be consistent advice, actual usable stuff. So let's get straight into it. So before we get into what works, we need to talk about what doesn't work because I have literally lived this before. I once spent 38 hours editing a single video, and I'm talking custom transitions, there's color grading, the whole thing. I was really proud of it. It literally got 1,000 views, which, yeah, it's nothing, terrible. But for 38 hours worth of work, I should have been paid a full week's wage at work. It's actually brutal. And then I started a brand new Minecraft series on a separate channel completely. Planned it out, recorded a bunch of episodes. I thought I was building something really good over time, and it barely cracked even 100 views on a couple of the videos, which was so disappointing. And here's what I eventually realized. It wasn't the editing. It wasn't even the content I was making. It was that I was making videos I wanted to make without asking whether anybody else was even going to want to watch them. That's the trap that most smaller creators fall into. We think quality means effort, more editing, better graphics, longer videos. But quality to YouTube and viewers means something completely different. It means, did someone click, and did they stay, and did they even care? If the answer to any of those is no, it doesn't matter how many hours you actually put into the video. What does it matter? I've been studying channels that blow up fast. And when I say fast, I mean they gain their first 100,000 subscribers in 6 months. Not even 100, like hundreds of thousands in a year or 2 years. It's crazy. And it comes down to these basic 3 things. Number 1 is the topic. This is the biggest one, and the one that most people ignore. You can have perfect delivery, amazing editing, beautiful thumbnails, spend all this money. But if you're making a video that nobody even wants to watch or search for, you're dead on arrival. Viral videos ride waves. They tap into things people are already thinking and talking about. They're already arguing about. Googling, trending topics, controversial takes. Stuff that hits an emotional nerve. That's why they get so many clicks. Look at what's working right now. Gen Z, financial struggles and side hustles, how to make money. This entire world and population is on about how to make money. And that's the same with this video, how to make your videos go viral. It's all wealth, inequality, AI taking jobs. These aren't random things. They're topics that people are genuinely anxious and curious about. You don't have to be on a news channel. You just have to be aware that what's in the cultural conversation, and you'll find your angle into it. It's so simple. Number 2 is packaging. This is your title and thumbnail. And honestly, this is where I messed up for so many years. I used to think that titles and thumbnails as an afterthought, finish the video, slap a title on it, grab a random screenshot, and that's done. It's literally backwards. You should be planning it from back to front. The best creators start with the title and the thumbnail and the idea, and they ask, why would I click on this video? They don't record some nonsense and then try and think of some title that goes with the video. They think of the idea first and think if it'll do well first. Does this thumbnail make me feel something? The curiosity, is there any intrigue in this thumbnail? And the third one is the hook. And you've probably heard this a million times, but the first 5 to 30 seconds of your video determines if people are probably going to watch the rest of it entirely. YouTube's now tracking how many people click away immediately. And if the number's high, then your video's pretty much done. It's never going to get pushed. Your hook needs to be one of 2 things. It needs to create an open loop, like a question or a mystery that the viewer needs to stick around to resolve, or it needs to make a promise to the viewer, and they need to see you deliver what you are providing in the hook. The format that is working right now on YouTube. So let's talk about the format and YouTube in general, because this is where I am making my biggest change personally. I've been studying creators like Early Exit and people like that, and if you haven't seen that channel, go look at it after this. It's actually some crazy good stuff. He's actually doing something really smart where he's taking trending, high interesting topics, stuff about Gen Z and money and wealth and work culture, and just packaging them as a commentary over Minecraft gameplay. But why does this work is the first question. First, the gameplay solves a production problem. You don't need a fancy studio, you don't need to be on the camera, and you don't need B-roll. The gameplay is just the visual. Keeps your eyes on the screen without requiring huge production effort. So they're easy to make. The second is it taps into a specific audience. Younger viewers who grew up on Minecraft and are now adults dealing with real-world financial stress, and the nostalgia of the gameplay plus the relevance of the topic, it's just perfect for people to watch. Third is that it's repeatable. Once you have the format for your videos down for future, you can just make a new video every single week with a different topic. It's reinventing the wheel. Same structure, new topic. Rinse and repeat. And I'm not saying you need to copy this exactly for how you want to be successful, but the principle behind what I'm saying is solid. All you need to do is find a format that's low friction to produce, but high entertainment for viewers that actually gain you subscribers and consistent followers. How do you find topics that do well? So, this is actually something that really used to stress me out because my niche was crazy small. I used to do something called trick shotting on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Most of you probably heard about FaZe Clan and all this other stuff. The viewers died out extremely quick and it began extremely daunting. Constantly replicate and keep redoing these video ideas over and over on the same video again. I would sit there for hours trying to brainstorm video ideas. And everything that I came up with felt boring or oversaturated or just overdone in general. But here's what I changed. I stopped trying to invent topics and I started, sounds terrible, stealing them. Not the videos, but the topics. I look at what's already working and ask, can I put my own twist on this and add my own version to it? Can I add my perspective and take a different angle? Practically, here's what I do now. First, I look at the channels in my space that are growing really quick, and not the huge ones with millions and millions of subs, and ones that are playing different games that I actually want to play. But I look at channels between like 50 and 500,000 subscribers that are clearly on the rise in an upward trajectory. And what topics are they talking about? What are they doing? What are the titles? And what are actually getting views at that time? Second thing I do is I check the trending tabs on Twitter and what are people arguing and talking about? What is making people angry, excited? Controversy isn't bad. It actually gets you clicks and potentially long-term viewers. Third is I use the YouTube search. This is super important and it probably sounds so simple, but it is really, really important to do your research. I started typing a topic and I just see what auto completes. This tells you exactly what people are searching for right now. The key shift in this is you're not looking for original ideas, you're looking for proven demand. You need to supply that demand and then you just change it and put your spin on it. Next is the retention game. This is super important. Getting someone to click is literally half the battle. Keeping them watching is the other half, which I have also struggled with, and YouTube seems to care about this a lot. So the average view duration for one of the big is literally the biggest factor whether your videos get pushed in future. If people leave after 30 seconds, then YouTube will assume that that video is not good and stop showing it to people. If they watch most of it, you do get pushed harder. So how do you keep people watching? That's the question. You need to cut all the fat. You need to get rid of all the boring stuff. You should be gaining something. If it's not adding information or building any tension or making somebody laugh, you cut it out. You don't need it. I used to pad my videos with so much filler stuff because I thought longer videos were better, but it's not. Smaller compressed videos with high density and information is what does well on YouTube. You need to use open loops. This is when you tease something coming up later in the video, and I'll show you exactly how to do this in a second, but first, it's a simple trick, but it works. It just keeps people engaged in your video. Is you front load the value. You don't save your best stuff for the very, very end. You need to give people a bit of a tease and a taste of that at the beginning of the video or at the, middle or whatever. As long as people can watch it, that's all they want. And then the honest truth about going viral, and this is the thing that nobody wants to say, but you can do absolutely everything right and you still won't go viral. There is an element of luck, and then there's timing, and then there's just everything on top of that you just cannot control. But what you can control is putting out videos that at least have a chance. And this is the truth, and I am sorry if some people don't want to hear it. It is difficult. Most videos don't go viral because they've never had a shot to even begin with. They've got a bad topic, weak hook, and a boring thumbnail. If you fix those things, you're not guaranteed to go viral, but you're at least playing the game for a chance to win the money. That's the bet that I'm making with this channel right now, and I'm not hoping anymore. I'm sick of, randomly uploading, and I'm going to start studying what works. I'm going to reverse engineer this, and I'm going to be executing as best as I can. Maybe it takes 6 months or maybe even one more year, but I am 100% betting on myself this time that it's going to be quicker than the last one. That's the playbook, guys. If you're in the same boat and you're trying to grow and tired of guessing, ready to actually take this seriously, subscribe and follow along. I'm going to be documenting this entire thing, the wins, the failures, all on the way to 10,000 subscribers faster than I've ever done it before. If you want to join my Discord and gain some support along the way, or even speak to me one-to-one about all this sort of stuff, link in the description, join the Discord, drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.